Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is the Wednesday comment review section video. Today we look at YouTube comments and we review them. There are of course some good ones, some very educated comments, and there are some really uneducated comments, and we have a nice little spread for you today. And this, I tell you, this isn't always the most viewed video every week on my channel, but like I enjoy this. I really do. It's always nice to see what the community is thinking most of the time. And then the dumb stuff just like turns me on. It's crazy. So let's get into today's video. And if you want to be in this video, just leave a comment and you might get in there perhaps somewhere. Who knows? Like, comment, subscribe. We'll start here with Japanese anime guy. I'm from Ireland. If Bandai wants more money, they should try making sure we actually get the product on time. Currently, most of Europe is delayed until mid-November for 2.0, and this is hardly the first time in my couple of years of playing the game that the product has not been available on its supposed release date. Provide a reliable service, then maybe I won't be so vocal regarding prices. Hey, he's right. He's right. Someone even here is like still fucked up from the 2020 bullshit, even after 4 years. Look, I've been very vocal about this. Well, what's happening there? Well, the news. If I lived in your part of the world, Japanese anime guy, I would not be playing Digimon. There is no way. With my 3-strike rule I have for everything I do, no. We would still not be playing Digimon. There ain't no way. It is not happening. And it's been way more than 3 strikes. It's just ridiculous how Bandai can't get it together. And if it's the distributor's fault, they need better distributors. But I think it's just Bandai. That's the only consistent thing. Because as we'll get to in the next comment here, I believe, yes, I do not make vids yet, says this is bullshit. Cardfight Vanguard has actually gone down in MSRP, but for boxes over the years, as by a Japanese company as well. Right? If other games can do it reliably and on time, why not Digimon? Like, hello? Like, is there something I'm not understanding? People that are wise in the YouTube comment section will be like, oh, well, Bandai is juggling a lot of balls, and they're right. You're absolutely right. And that's one of the reasons why this is so bad. They are juggling a lot of balls. Bandai is holding in their hands a lot of balls. And they should stop holding so many balls. Instead, they should be more efficient with the balls that they have. And really, instead of, being a jack of all trades but master of none, maybe refocus a little bit and become a master of your trade. Don't be stupid. Don't be like Bandai. I think that's a perfectly reasonable ask. The Matroden. Another part of the Pokemon comparison is that they have the League Battle decks, which basically give you a meta deck in a neat $30 package, maybe with just a few tiny changes that could be made. Digimon's advanced decks so far are pretty good too, but you still have to buy 2 copies for an optimal build. They also just aren't released as frequently as battle decks. This is actually really true, and this is something that I kind of hope that more card games do. These League Battle decks. Do I have one in stock somewhere as an example? Yeah, sure, I still have a few of these in stock. This is really old now. But this is the League Battle deck. This is the Urshifu one here. Rapid Strike Urshifu, Rapid Strike Urshifu, Rapid Strike Urshifu. That's what this deck is. You buy this deck. You buy this. You have a competitive... Well, not anymore. This is done. But, like, you have a competitive and perfectly valid Tier 1 deck right out of the box. And if you wanted to upgrade it, 10, 20 bucks at most, it's not hard. Not a hard ask. The advanced decks that Bandai does for Digimon are cool, but like this comment mentions, you need to. And usually they're buffered by cards in a later set. This has actually happened in both cases. The Billsmon deck came out right before BT12. Basically how it worked is you buy the advanced deck, then you gotta buy BT12 to get your Billsmon X antibody, 7-star cluster, your Impmon from that set, I believe. Like all sorts of stuff. And the Rapidmon deck was similar. Buy the advanced deck, and then BT16 comes out, go ahead and buy your Rapid X's. Like, that's just the way Bandai is choosing to do it. And, it's cool, it's a great start, and it's better than nothing. But imagine if they just did a League Battle deck for Digimon players. I think that would be really neat and a big win for the community. That's what I think. But if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Ricky Meggs, 9853. I think it's needed to clarify that you're discussing rotating format cards is cheaper, whereas Digimon is non-rotating. It's easier for Pokemon to keep prices down as its main format is rotating. MTG Standard is expensive, sure, but Standard is always on the decline here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just always laughably bad in paper to buy and play. He's right, and rotation does matter. But even so, Pokemon has gotten a lot better at like reprinting cards in cycles, like Professor's Research, Boss's Orders, Ultra Ball, Level Ball, Rare Candy. Your staples are usually getting reprinted format by format, if not maybe right away, eventually, and they're always a good buy to have. Always. Yeah, sure, they'll rotate your boss monsters out of the game, but that's no different than a ban list. If you really think about it, like really, really hard, a rotation is basically a ban list that says all these cards are banned. Now, it's an insane ban list, a crazy, hard ban list when it happens, but it is effectively a ban list, which we do have in the game. And still, I'll be real with you. You can build 2 or 3 Pokemon decks for the price of a Digimon deck in some cases. That's just good value, rotation or no rotation. That's just fine. Like, I don't care if my cards get rotated out, if I can just get the value to do it, you know what I mean? I don't know if I mentioned this recently, but like, I picked up Pokemon again as kind of like a fun game, just because it's cheap. There's no financial investment, practically none. I still had, when I last played like a year ago, or just under a year ago, Charizard EX was a tier 1 deck, and I got all the cards for it. Charizard EX is still meta. Sure, it's going to get rotated out soon, but like I still have those cards, and I had to invest, I think, $40 to finish the deck. That's nothing. That's great. And a lot of those staples that I just bought now for $40 won't rotate out because they're newer. So they'll help me as time goes on. So, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Dan Donnie. Comparing Digimon to Pokemon is not really good. Pokemon has been good at keeping many relevant decks without overpowering and banned cards. Pokemon staples also get reprint as many times, such as Arven and Iono. Digimon has sadly become expensive, but you can't really compare a somewhat affordable card game to one of the best and cheapest card games to get into. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic are different since they have been known for being the most expensive card games to play. I commented and I said I love it. This is the kind of intellectual stuff I like to see. We have idiots in the comments section that just post random, unintelligible nonsense with no brain cells whatsoever. And then we have this, and I love this. These are the comments that make this all worth it. Part of this is wrong, though. You can compare it. A lot of people says you can't compare apples and oranges, but this is the big thing. In a subjective universe with infinite thought processes and possibilities, you can compare whatever you want. You can compare an apple to an orange. For example, oranges give you much more vitamin C than apples. If you want vitamin C, oranges are the way to go. You can compare Digimon to Pokemon. You can. It's something that you can do. I'll do it right now, for example. Compare these two trading card games that are in the top 10 of most sold card games in North America. Right? I think that's reasonable. One is more expensive and has less events, aka Digimon, and the other one is Pokemon, which is less expensive and has more events. See what I just did there? I compared them. Now, maybe it's not a fair comparison per se, but people compare things all the time. I could think of so many things you can compare in life that you don't think necessarily can get compared. U.S. presidential candidates, for example. Like, holy... Okay, I'm gonna stay out of that world. But I understand where the comment is going, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic are crazy and ridiculous. They're nuts. We know. We're fine. Digimon and Pokemon are closer than you think because they are affordable card games. They are lower entry than other card games, which is great. And yes, Digimon is getting more expensive. It is. It's not crazy, though. So I hope that comment helps, but I just want to say, shout out to this comment. I think out of all my comments that I did for this video, this one's my favorite, I think. Digitwatch, someone has not been watching East videos and what Sakuyamon Loop has been doing right now. To be fair, no, I have not. I don't watch any Digimon content unless it's on my stream. I really don't. And like, I know Sakuyamon Loop exists because people tell me it exists. I'm going to give you guys kind of a thought here for a second. Being as popular as I am in the Digimon space, people basically tell me when someone is breathing in the Digimon community. So I'm fully aware of when things happen in Digimon if I check my messages. My messages right now are crazy, insane. Don't ask me to check my messages right now. Gone through a lot. However, I do know that Sakuyamon is doing things. It's cool. It's nice. And my 3 Sakuyamon enjoyers that I know in the world are going to be really happy with this. It explains what the price is doing, which is good. And it's nice that YouTube comments point that out. But I think we have to stop watching, stop assuming that everyone watches everyone's content, because we just don't. We just don't. But true, he is right. I have not been watching those videos, and I probably won't. Because I can tell you what the loop does without even watching the videos. So like, why would I watch the videos? Not useful for me, as it would be for someone else. Captain Gamer. Finally, after 2 years since release, you can finally pick up 3 copies of Reena for $5 cheaper than usual. Worth the wait. Reena's been a crazy card. Absolutely insane card. Get your Reenas before all 4 support comes out. Like, for real. For real, for real. Captain Noms. The set was a banger. My friend pulled an SP Susanomon. Another pulled a 2-star Satan mode in his pre-release kit. Last time I pulled the Gilmon. So what's interesting to me is more people are pulling lottery cards. Or at least more people are publicizing that they're pulling lottery cards. Which makes it seem like there's more out there this time for this set. Which is cool. And we'll see what happens. Because if I don't pull a lottery card this time around, that's it. Game over. GG's. It's over. Down Wrestler. The Rapidmon encounter to a Lugarmon is what I commented on Facebook. I'll be putting this in Divas and Imperial, Hell, Blue, Flare, Machine Run 2. We're talking about Metal Siege Ace. I do think it's really cool. Some people, however, like Mox Moonstone, our favorite essay enthusiast, our scholastic man over here, says, going to be honest, I don't think this card will be that crazy. Takumi Kazuchi does 16 KDP, so it's not a worry there. And all the decks that block profitability are unaffected, so they can unsuspend anyway. This card will see play and will probably be good in Deep Savers, but as a control card, it's doing a little better than Vecmon Ace, which is really solid, but not going to improve any matchups, really. I feel like... I don't know how to word this. I appreciate the insight. I think the best way to know will be to test the card and find out. Maybe it is overhyped, but we'll know when we know. But it will see play, and people will play it. Like, they just will. If it's not crazy, that's fine. People play a lot of cards that are not crazy. So, like, Digimon players are weird, man. I don't know what to tell you. But that's a good comment. Archer Goon. All Metal Digimon Ace needed was a Dark Master. I don't see why they couldn't also be Dark Master support. I do think that's a missed opportunity, and really would have been a great support for Dark Master's deck, but I don't know. It's a Bandai thing. Why Bandai does what they do, I'll never really know the answer to that. Ya boy JS. Black cards matter. How you think you slick. It's true though. They do matter. They do matter. Black cards are important to the game. Yeah, they are. Jose Palacios. Sorry, is it true that the product got delayed in Canada to November 8th? Not to my knowledge. I'm getting my stuff when you see this tomorrow. So I don't think there's a delay. But if you know more than I do, let me know. Summon Skull. As a former Necros player, will you be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again with the announcement of new Necros support? I'm going to be real. The Toronto boys, Distant Coder, Mr. Ruggles, and like company have been really pilling me, trying to get me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! They have been. Very hard. And I do have a video coming at some point where I want to sit down and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to Digimon. Because back when the game first came out, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was insanely not fun to play. And Digimon was really great, which is one of the reasons why I did do the shift over to Digimon and started making Digimon content for that matter. But now, 4 years later, things have changed. And I played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! This weekend, and there have been some changes. If you take a look and you compare what is Digimon now to what is Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, it's not obvious anymore that one game is crazier than the other. And that's really sad, because it took Yu-Gi-Oh! 25 years to get to where they are now in terms of craziness. But Digimon has done it in 4 years. Now, I'm not going to expand any more on this. I'm not. I want to actually take the time on a dedicated video to really discuss why my thoughts are the way they are. So, don't go and say, "Oh, Mario thinks that Digimon is crazier than Yu-Gi-Oh! My God, blah, blah." No, just wait for the video. It might be in 2 weeks. It might be in 3 weeks. We have a new set coming out. A lot of content on this channel is going to be new set content, not comparing apples to oranges. You see, I related to a previous comment. That's crazy. But I will talk about this again. Do not worry. As for Necros support, I love Necros. If I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, I would probably build a deck. But that's not guaranteed. Rick Ford. $6 a box is a huge increase. Pretty frustrating as a seller shop. Messed up my pre-orders for One Piece, Digimon. I'm sure UA is next once Bandai knows people will buy it as new sets come. Probably. Only time will tell, though, right? Straight X Jesse Jess Edge. Oh, I still need to restart Windows for my updates, just so you guys know. As someone who has been planning on playing NSP and has no interest in the Angel deck, I'm looking forward to Catastrophic Ace more than I am Metal Etemon. Metal Etemon does not seem like it'll add much to the deck. What we really need are rookies. You know, I don't know much about NSP. I really don't. All I know is the deck is bad and is not really improving anytime soon. But I do know that the deck needs better foundation. And rookies do help that. So, yeah, good comment. And lastly, I saved a wonderful comment for last from probably the dumbest person in my comment section, Ash's Fall. The Chaos mode is dirt cheap for 20. Buy the pre-sales. Already did! Oh, man. And then someone was like, new Chaos mode was 10 or less. Someone in response, don't say that, please. I'm going to take your word for it. I'll get my refunded for the pre-sale cards. Now I'm going to wait till release day. So this guy, in 2 days, went from already did to I got my refund for pre-sale cards. Now I'm going to wait till release day. Which is crazy. But, you know, I think the best way to do this is just to do a blind look right now at what it is going for. Don't forget, at the time of that market watch, Loose Chaos Mode was $20 from the new set. Oh, look, it's down 20% in value. Isn't that crazy? A full page of listings, 68 at $16? Wow. Looks like this guy and anyone else that buys the pre-sale for 20 was a loser. So, look, don't buy the pre-sales. General rule of thumb, usually a bad idea. However, I will say that if you wait too long, this card might explode. I'm not going to give you the guarantee, because we never know what the future holds. But we saw the previous one go crazy. Part of the reason why the previous one went crazy, though, is because it's part of EX6, where the set was incredibly allocated to hell. That doesn't help things, right? Like, if you look at the boxes of this set, this shit is one of the reasons why the loose mon that we have in this set is so expensive. It is what it is. But quick market watch fact. If you held this sealed, sell. Get rid of it. Right now. Right now. Try your best. If you can get more than 140, you're doing well. But, yeah. No. Don't buy the pre-sales. This guy's an idiot. And, yeah. Don't do that. And I'm glad that this guy got his money back for his pre-sales. Now he's going to save some money by doing so. Which is pretty good. All right, that'll do it for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!